I am in downtown Chicago. The building on the left is where people go and get married. The black building on the right is where women go and get a divorce and get child support. In my last video, I said if I am with a woman overseas and if she leaves, my money stays with me. This is what the women in the United States or in the West hate. People might not understand what this means. So let me explain how bad things have become for men in the United States or in the West. First, let me tell you stories about my friend named James. Back in the 80s, before there was DNA, if you got a woman pregnant and she wanted child support, she could go to a social worker, and the social worker would call you into court and ask if the baby was yours. If you did not come to court, the judge would assume that the child is yours, and you would have to pay child support. If you went to court and said that the child was not yours, then the woman would have to prove that the child was yours. Without DNA, because of the costs involved, this was almost impossible to do, so you would not have to pay child support. However, before you got in front of a judge, the social worker would threaten to send you to jail if you said that the child was not yours. Of course, this was completely illegal, but most men did not know the law. For years social workers were doing this all over the United States. So millions of men said that the child was theirs. Social workers did this, because like today, women are automatically believed. And they believe that women are helpless innocent victims, and men are no good lying pieces of trash. Back in the 80s, I had a friend named James. James was in college, and he got a girl back home pregnant. James attempted to do the right thing. So he dropped out of college, and they got a place together. Unfortunately, after the baby was born, James had to work 2 jobs because the girl was not working. However, she knew how to spend the money on stuff they did not need. One day, James got off work early, and he got the mail. One of the letters was to come to court for child support. James called his brother and asked what to do. We told him to put the letter back, act like he never saw the letter, and go to court on the day it was stated in the letter. James went to court, and the girl was shocked and surprised to see James. Plus, the man that got her pregnant was also in court. The girl said that she told James the baby was his because the other man was irresponsible and unreliable. Thus, like today, women want to have a good time with a fun man, and then want the good responsible man to pay for it. Plus, like today, women lie about who is the true father of the baby. So do not believe that your grandmother was a helpless innocent victim of a no-good lying man. James got out of paying for child support, went back to college and never saw the girl again. After a while, men started telling other men to always say that the child was not their child, and that the threat was meaningless and illegal. This helped many men to avoid paying child support. Another way men avoided paying child support was to move to another state. Back in the 80s, it was impossible to track you down if you moved to another state, even if they knew where you were living. The police could track you down but only with help from the police in that state. So if it were not a major crime, the police would let it go. In the 1980s, I had a friend named Arthur who got a girl pregnant, and he moved to Michigan. I had a friend named Marty who got his driver's license suspended, so he moved to Colorado, got a new driver's license and used it in Illinois. In the mid-1990s, the federal government passed a law and provided money to connect all the state's computers. So now they could track you down and collect child support. So the only way out of paying child support was to come to court and say the child was not yours. In the 2000s, DNA tests became inexpensive, so men started getting DNA tests on children for who they had been paying child support for years. This allowed millions of men to get out of or stop paying child support. This resulted in millions of women being cut off from the financial support they have depended on for years, and going on government assistance. So many state governments passed new laws. Basically, these laws say the following. If the man has been paying child support and the man discovers the child is not his, he still has to keep paying child support. In some states, this can be half your income. Plus, if you start dating a single mother, a woman with children, and you have given her any money to help her children, even if those children are not your biological children, she can take you to court and get child support. Biological fathers have to pay child support. However, they have legal rights to the children. Even if you are not the biological father, you still will have to pay child support, and you have no legal rights to the children. Thus, the mother can stop you from ever seeing the child. If you do not pay child support, then you will go to jail for 30 to 60 days. If you lose your job and cannot pay child support, you still go to jail. If your income drops, you cannot get a reduction in child support. Remember that the people who wrote these laws assumed that men are no good lying pieces of trash. Thus, in the United States, do not get into a serious relationship with a single mother, a woman with children. Plus, never meet her children. Now, a United States man living overseas can collect a government pension, a pension that is for retirement or disability, which we call Social Security. If this man gets a woman pregnant, then the woman can go to the United States Embassy and get child support. She can get child support even if the man is dead. The child support will last until the child becomes 18 years old. Plus, the child will be considered a United States citizen. However, the mother will not be considered a United States citizen. If the man is not collecting a government pension, but the child is still his child, then the child is still considered a United States citizen. However, the mother might not be able to get child support. I was told that for a mother to get child support for a child born overseas, the mother must show some type of proof of a connection to the child, such as pictures, testimony from other people, or even a copy of a check or money order from the man.
Do you want to be my baby's daddy?
Thank you for watching. Please click the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video.